Hey guys, it's Garrett DMG. I'm back with another video, and this I wanted to have this video topic about progress and advancement for the most part. Like I look at my life, and I look at like the lives of others, and like I don't see like gradual progress, like genuine progress. And like what I mean by that is like just like every day you see a growth, like a change, an increase, some sort of progress from where you were versus where you're going. I don't see it. Where's the progress being made in this world? Where? Especially in America. We live in the most freest country in the world per se, and man, all we're doing is just going backwards. I don't know. I really don't know, man. Like, I thought, I don't know, I just thought maybe as we advanced in civilization that there would be progress. Like good godly progress. But I guess there just ain't, man. I guess there ain't. I mean, I used to just, I don't know. I used to have high hopes for the world and think that, maybe there was a bright future ahead, and I was just, I don't know, I was so wrong about this world, man. I really had like some really strong hope. Now I know there just really isn't any. I don't know. Just for like the longest time now, I just feel like all humanity's just been going backwards. It's just been this crazy like uh maze of running in place where you feel like you're making progress, but then you go around the whole maze and it's like you realize that you were just trapped the whole time. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It feels like we live in a world that's just it makes so much nonsense that we really can't really make sense of it. We can't really make any sense of it, and it goes in a way that's um just just out there. So out there. Sorry, I just got to reach for something quick. But yeah, like it just seems like we live in a world that's just like so out there, so far away from common sense. That like we really don't have any freedom at the end of the day. There really is like no freedom to be had because all that really happens is just a bunch of bullshit. In hindsight. Do you know what I mean? In hindsight. Like, honestly, man, like, I feel like I never had just any control over my life. Like, as, like, a free American. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, I feel like there was never no progress being made. Especially in this world. Like, it's just so screwed up. Just seems like there's just like so much wrong with this world that it just never gets any better. And like I wonder like where is the true progress even being made, man? Like I never looked at my life and was like, wow, like this doesn't get anywhere but better. You know what I mean? Has anyone else ever lived like that? Well, like wow, I really don't see life doing anything but like getting better. No, I don't think there is anybody, man, who really sees life like that or is living like that, but it's supposed to be. You're supposed to live life, learn new things, and eventually make progress. To where life gets better, easier for you. That's the idea. That's why we invent things. You know what I mean? That's why Thomas Edison turned on a light bulb, for crying out loud, because he wanted things to get a little bit better, or at least an idea of such. But I guess it doesn't always go down like that. I guess I don't know. This world is just—it's so good at not making any sense that I really stopped trying to have it make any sense. I don't know. I just feel like it's been just so screwed up in many areas, to where there was never really no progress made and no progress to be had, and overall it would just pretty much just eventually just get screwed up at the end of the day. Like, there's really like no hope for like any type of progress. I don't know, man. Like, I used to think that there was hope in this world. I used to think that there was peace to be made. I used to think a lot, man, like, but I was so wrong about the world, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, if we're not progressing, if we're not trying to make life better, then what are we doing? You know what I mean? I feel like that's an insult to God alone. If we're not here to make progress in this lifetime. It's simple as that. It shouldn't be complicated. It shouldn't be complicated. It's just people complicate it so they can get away with their dirtiness. That's why things happen the way they happen. If anyone's so confused about the world, it's pretty much the idea. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what's going on in the world. Is that they just keep on, scamming the system, scamming the world, and they try to make it what they want it to be, not what it can be. They want to make the world in what they want it to be. That's like the main underlying issue. Is that they sit there and they try to make the world in what they want, not in how it actually is. You know what I mean? And it just gets all screwed up. Then at the end of the day, no one wins. You know what I mean? Everybody's out of the game, and nobody can be happy. I don't know, man. It just really doesn't make any sense to me. And the world really never did. But it was always supposed to be simplified. God created everything, heaven and earth. And he made earth in the span of 7 days, and he wanted it to be simple. He said, be fruitful and multiply. That's it. That's all we're supposed to do. Is just be fruitful and multiply. But somewhere along the lines, we turned it into something stupid. Somewhere along the line, it just got stupid for everybody. And it just started to make no sense. And the people learned to benefit off the world making no sense. And now we got the reality that we got. You know what I mean? Now we got the reality that we got. There's nothing we can do about it. Sorry if I'm in an awkward position in this video. It's just I'm trying to put the stuff in my hair. I just got out of the shower. But yeah, man, like, it just seems like this world is full of illusion and scamming, scheming, and just how can I benefit by maxing out the little guy, and how can I make so much money and get as greedy as possible. It just seems like that's the direction the world just goes over everything. That's like the first notion that tries to get fulfilled the most. I don't know what to make of it anymore, man. In this world, it just gets so weird at a certain point where you're living in a world that you don't understand, and it's like the more that you try to understand it, the crazier it gets. The more you try to understand it, the crazier it gets for your family. It's just crazy, man. And I really don't know what to say about it anymore. I don't think anybody can really make sense of what this world is like doing. Yeah, I don't think anyone really knows like where this world is going as a whole, and it's just getting worse for everybody, really, you know. It gets worse for everybody, and just nobody really knows what to do at the end of the day. And we're stuck with a bigger mess to clean up than it is to just simplify the world. And I think they benefit off that. They benefit off the complication of everything, because people have to deal with that complication, and when they gotta deal with it, it just drives everything off the wall, you know, and then nobody gets anything done because there's new things to take care of, and the original thought just gets slowly diminished and put on the back shelf, and it just starts to collect dust. Then time does the rest. You know, and this has happened so many times before in life, like with everything. I think that's the thing, like, a lot of people don't really understand, is like this life just offers you like a lot of controversy, and it just doesn't really line up to anything anymore. Like, if you look at the scope of it, like the things that you do in life, it's not just simple A to B, and it could be, but it's not, because that's how they made it. You know what I mean? And it just gets full of corruption and chaos and just a bunch of shit that just doesn't make any sense for the world, for you, for anybody. But yeah, man, this world just changes so quick on everybody, and like people try to make sense of it, they can't. They try to make so much sense of it, they can't. They try to do what they can to change it, they can't. They're just given the illusion that they can change it. I mean, look at your vote, for example, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you got that going on. There's just so much going on for the name of peace and freedom that we just get so caught up. The next thing you know, nobody's got really anything to offer, to give. It all just eventually shit hits the fan, and next thing you know, just everything gets ugly. I just don't really, like I said, I don't understand the world. Sorry, I'm putting the stuff away in my bag. But yeah, man, like, I don't think really anybody understands like what this world really offers, you know, or entails, when it comes to like true peace and freedom. I don't think anyone really knows at the end of the day. Because if they do know, then they simply just try to make it more confusing. Because they monetize and they benefit off of making it that way. But I made this video a little bit too longer than it needed to be. I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts and opinions out and like why this world doesn't make any genuine progress. You need progress in a society to thrive. Without that, there's no life worth living. But with that being said, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.